Hi guys, it's Nika and I'm back with another speed build. So I'm still sick, which means I'm not sure how long I will be able to record, but as always I just wanted to quickly say hi and say something about the build, so we'll see how long I will be able to go on and talk. I'm feeling a little bit better now, well, a lot better if I compare it to last Thursday, last Friday. I'm feeling much better, but I'm still not completely healthy and everything. But yeah, it's much better. Still not 100%, but much better. But anyway, what am I building today? Well, today I am building I think it's a nightclub in the game. But I sort of picked nightclub just because I wasn't sure if there's any other lot type that would fit better for what I had in mind. It didn't really feel like it when I went through the list. This place is called Mary's Rest, and it's kind of a fancy vampire bar. It's basically a place for vampires from Willow Creek and, the area nearby. It's a place for them to meet up and, see each other, see their kind, deal with some supernatural affairs, but also deal with some human affairs, maybe. I sort of split it into two parts. There is the part that is above the building, basically, and I imagine that humans are allowed there, and maybe a vampire would invite them there to deal with some affairs of more like a human kind, or maybe something, some like deals and work stuff, and I don't know. And then downstairs in the basement, basically, that is the vampire part. That is the part where they don't really allow humans, and if they do, well, it's probably because they don't expect that human to walk outside, if you know what I mean. Or maybe it's some not vampire, sorry. Or maybe it's some human that is already familiar with the supernatural, with the vampires. So I don't know, maybe if a vampire is dating a human, they might take them downstairs, or yeah, I don't know. Or maybe some other supernatural, like maybe a spellcaster would go downstairs or be invited downstairs, I suppose, for some affairs, because obviously it's not gonna work like that in the game, but I feel like it's a vampire only, and if you're anything else, some vampire has to like allow you to go downstairs. So it's not like a human could wander down there on their own. No. Nobody will allow the human to do that. And then under this big ballroom and this bar, I think there could be more of them, but I built only 4. But there are these chambers with coffins, and they're basically they're kind of like a vampire hotel. They're for when you need to stay and have nowhere to go. You can just stay there, rent a coffin, or maybe you can bring your own. I suppose if you're the kind of vampire who needs to sleep in a coffin, you're gonna bring your own. But yeah, that's downstairs, and yeah, I think that's the whole build. I don't think I really have anything else to say about how it works, what's there, what you can do there. I think you can all imagine, like, it's a vampire club, vampire bar, vampire place to meet up, place to hang out, so, all the good vampire stuff. A lot of blood sucking. Yeah, speaking of blood sucking, yeah, there's like one room that I didn't mention in the basement. There's like this, like, I don't know, private room for when you don't need to sleep in there, but when you want some privacy with maybe your human food or something like that, I don't know. But yeah, so that would be the whole build, I guess. I will apologize because you will probably notice it, maybe you have already noticed it, but I was sort of all over the place when I was creating this lot. This kind of happens to me with every community lot that I build. I don't build a lot of them for a few reasons. One, I can't. Second, I just don't know how. And you can probably tell because, yeah, okay, so I built the shell and then I was like, now what? Where do I begin? Because usually when I'm building a residential lot, I usually go kitchen, living room, and then bedrooms or bathroom depending on what I feel more like doing at that point. But usually I feel like it's usually bathrooms, and I save bedrooms for the last. But with community lots, I don't know where to begin, what to do first. And also I love to use a lot of clutter. I love clutter, okay? And you can't really do that with community lots, because obviously everyone's gonna bring their stuff, everyone's gonna take it away when they are gone. You can't really have too much like small stuff lying around, so you can't really clutter a community lot the same way you would clutter a residential lot, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's kind of, so every time I build a community lot, I'm like, this is so empty, I want to add something, but what do I add for it to still look like a community lot? So yeah, that's kind of what I struggle here with as well. Also, since it's a community lot, it feels like it should be big and there should be big open spaces for a lot of people to come in. But I don't know, I just can't do it. I don't know, man. Yeah, let me know how you like this build. Let me know if you like building community lots, or if you have any tips for building community lots, because I would like to do more of them. It would definitely be a step outside of my comfort zone, but yeah, there is a lot of stuff that is like, I don't know, limiting me, stopping me, I don't know. But I will build more of them, and I'm hoping to get better at them. I feel like soon I should attempt to build a park, simply because I'm terrible at parks and I don't know how to build parks. This at least was a building and a basement of a building, so it wasn't like that empty. Yeah, there are big empty spaces, but they are not like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Generally, I don't know what I'm trying to say. But when it's a park, what can you build at a park? What building? Like maybe something small, but yeah, it's just a big flat lot, and you need to put some flowers there, something for kids maybe, some plants, some trees, but it's so empty. And so that's my challenge for, I don't know, maybe for June. Maybe in June I will build some sort of park. Ooh, a pride park would be cool, because June is a pride month. Well, to be fair, I'm not really feeling like celebrating this year, because things kind of suck for our rights. Especially trans rights are really, really suffering in the US, and I'm not sure how it's in other countries, but yeah, the US news about trans rights, they kind of suck, and I wish I could help you somehow, but I'm not sure how, and it breaks my heart, and it makes me feel like this year isn't really a celebrating kind of year, if that makes sense. But yeah, maybe I will do some Pride content, but I don't really feel like celebrating this year. I don't know. It's weird, for the first time in 5 years, because I came to terms with being bi 5 years ago. It's gonna be 5 years. Well, looking at the date, it's probably like now, like this week, next week, it will be exactly 5 years since I was in a hotel in Bratislava, Slovakia. I was lying in my bed. My classmate was in the bed on the other side of the room, and she was sleeping, and I was just looking at the ceiling, and I was just thinking, and I was like, yeah, you know what, it's probably true. I probably am bisexual. That was the moment it clicked, and I accepted it, and I've been identified as bi ever since. Well, it kind of changed. I'm biromantic now, biromantic asexual, but I still sometimes say bisexual, because I don't know, I kind of flip between these two. I don't know. I went completely off topic. I'm so sorry. In my defense, I'm sick. You've heard it. You hear it from my voice, definitely. No, actually, I feel like my voice is better today. Like, on Tuesday or something, I recorded that voiceover for the Calientes video. I feel like you can tell much more that I am sick in that video, and I'm getting better in this one. But yeah, still, like, my head hurts. There's this really weird pain behind this one spot in my left eyebrow. I don't know what it is. It really hurts, and yeah, I just want to make it stop, and I don't know how to make it stop. But I will live, I hope. So, since this video is very vampire themed, I need to tell you, I just finished The Vampire Lestat. I've been reading it for the past 2 months or something, because the writing style was really difficult for me to read and to swallow. Not that I hated it, I loved it, but it was just difficult for me to read. I read it in English too, so not my native language, and so I read slower and everything. But I finally finished it. I loved it so much, and now I don't know. I have The Queen of the Damned still here at home, so I will probably get to that. I'm reading a lighter read now. I decided to read something a bit easier now, but then I will probably go back to my vampires, because oh my god, I'm so obsessed. And the other day I realized I haven't been reading I have been reading nothing but vampire books for the past 12 months. It started off with me randomly deciding to reread Vampire Academy. Turns out I still love that series so much, so I went and read the whole series. Then I read the first Bloodlines book, and then I realized, you know what, it's such a shame that I didn't finish this series, that I didn't get the other 5 books in this series. So I went online and I ordered the remaining 5 books online in English. I read the first Bloodline book and the Vampire Academy books in Czech, but the rest of the Bloodline series I ordered in English, partially because I just couldn't find it in Czech anywhere. So I was like, you know what, that's fine, my English is good, I can do it. And then I read for the next few months the Bloodline series. Amazing. Love Sydney, love Adrian, amazing series. I so wish we could get something else from that world. And then I went and started reading Interview with the Vampire, and that took me quite a while. And then I read The Vampire Lestat. That took me even longer, but here I am, I finally finished it. And yeah, so now I'm taking a little bit of a break from vampires. I will probably go back to them, because if there's one certain day in the world, it is that I love vampires, and yeah. And today I was feeling like I could probably rewatch the TV show as well. The interview, what did I just say? The Interview with the Vampire show, because I watched it when it was airing in, it was last autumn, I believe. Yeah, I watched that and I really loved that, and I've been really meaning to watch it again, but I just couldn't really get around it, and there were so many other shows that I wanted to watch, so I watched them on Netflix. And the other day I finished a show on Netflix, The Midnight Club, by the way, and then I found that it was actually cancelled. It was supposed to get the 2nd season, and it got cancelled, and I just sort of got angry at Netflix, and I refuse to watch a Netflix show now. Because I know for a fact if I will watch it, either it is already cancelled and I don't know, or it will get cancelled as soon as I start watching it. It happens every single time. So I am mad at Netflix, and I'm going to rewatch something that I've already watched, already loved, and something that I know will get a 2nd season. By the way, they are filming the 2nd season in Prague. They are filming, I feel like I read somewhere that next week they are supposed to film it, or this week. Why couldn't you film there last year? It would have single-handedly fixed my depression. If you filmed it there when I was still forced to be in Prague, why are you filming it there now when I'm no longer there? No, but that's so cool. And like, oh my god. And they're actually gonna... See, at first I was like, oh, okay, so they need to film Europe like cheaply, because a lot of filmmakers, when they need to do Europe in their movies, a lot of them come to Prague because it's cheaper. And I was like, okay, so you need cheap Paris, but I've read that they're gonna film at like Old Town Square and stuff like that, so those are pretty recognizable places. So I don't know, did they move some part of the storyline to actual Prague? I don't know, that would be so cool, but like, I'm so happy that they're filming here, even though I won't be in Prague to like take a look, to like wander onto the set. I don't know. No, that would be so cool. Imagine if I was like able to take pictures with some of the actors or something. First off, I would die, and then I would be resurrected again, because like, I don't know, no, I don't know. I love that show so much and the actors, so yeah, I'm not gonna sim for them like in this video or anything, but listen, I have a type and that type is messy vampires, okay? Like, I need a messy vampire in my life. No, I don't know what I'm on in this video. Well, I know what I'm on. Taking a lot of meds right now. Yeah, to help me with my fever and all. Well, I don't have a fever anymore, but like, still taking a lot of meds. And I'm getting a lot of terrible ideas. And I'm blaming it all on the meds, even though I know that I get a lot of terrible ideas even when I'm not taking a million different pills. Yeah, so I don't know. Oh, by the way, I need to mention, there is still a pack giveaway. Well, there's still a kit giveaway going on at my Twitter, so make sure to check it out and enter if you would like a copy of Everyday Clutter. It's my favorite kit, I think. It's a kit that I use pretty much in every single build, because as I said, I like clutter. I love making my builds cluttered. It makes them look more lived in and everything, and yeah, so I use that kit a lot. My second favorite kit, I would say, is the Blooming Rooms kit, and both of these are the two kits that I bought first. Like, I was such a anti-kit person, and then I was like, never mind, you know what, these look super cool. So I bought these two. These two were my first choice, and it was a good choice because I still use them all the time compared to the Decor to the Max one, which looks really cool on the pictures, and then I bought it and I was like, yeah, that's cool, but what am I gonna use it for? I rarely use that one. And same with the little campers, I think, but I really like the swing from that one, and maybe I haven't used it much yet, but I want to use it in every single build, and it makes me sad when I can't use it, and usually I can't use it, which sucks, but yeah. Anyway, I think I might go now. Ooh, I wanted to also talk about what I have in store for this channel for the future next month, because you know, summer's coming up. Probably I won't be able to post 7 days a week, but I don't really have time to tell you about that in this video. I completely forgot about that. I was so rambling about the vampires and everything that I forgot about it, but hey, there is still Sunday, right? I mean, I haven't recorded the Speedbuild for Sunday yet, but maybe I will come up with something, and then in the Sunday Speedbuild I will talk about what I have in store for this channel for the summer. I said summer really weird. But yeah, so this would be the end. I hope you enjoyed this build. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I will see you all next time. I love you guys. Bye everyone.